Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a haul that is very exciting to me because this past week I did receive an order from one of my friends who sent a big package for me from the US. It's things that I picked up I think it was a month ago now. I picked some stuff up from 2 different brands, and she was kind enough to kind of organize and send them all in one package to save me on shipping and custom fees and everything. And the person I'm talking about is Caena. I will have her link down below. And her channel, she has a channel here on YouTube as well as she's over on Instagram as well, so please go check her out. It was so nice of her to offer to send these over, and I'm so happy to all have them now. And basically today I'm going to swatch everything out. So I have some things from Sydney Grace from the Christmas in July sale, as well as a few eyeshadows from JD Glow. So that's what I'm going to go through today. But before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. But let's just jump into the swatches. So I have everything right here. I have 2 magnetic palettes from Sydney Grace, and I have 2 palettes again from Sydney Grace. And since I placed my 2 orders during the Christmas in July sale, I did get some products for free. So I'm gonna go through like what I got for free, what I bought myself, and so on. And then, like I said, I'm gonna also go through the JD Glow eyeshadows. I think I might start with those because I have lesser of those. I don't have too many eyeshadows from there, but I just picked up a couple. And also today is the first time playing with my eyeshadows. I haven't played with these before, but I am wearing a look today using some of the eyeshadows that I did pick up. So when I go through them, when I get to those eyeshadows that I used today, I will mention them as well. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just jump into the swatches. So like I said, I have 2 palettes here from Sydney Grace. They're not full by any means. It's just that I picked up 2 because I need more storage space, and also because I wanted to separate them in this video with what I bought myself and what I got as like a gift with purchase. So here we have all of the eyeshadows that I actually picked up myself. We have obviously my JD Glow shades down here, and then here are the Sydney Grace singles that I picked up, and majority of the singles I picked up from Sydney Grace are matte. And then obviously I do have the other palette as well, with the ones that I got for free. I'm gonna jump into that later on, but like I said, I'm gonna start with my JD Glow eyeshadows. So as you can see here, we have the ones here. So we're gonna start in this corner. We have the shade Unexpected, we have Limelight, and then we're gonna go with this one, which is 365. And there you can see those 3 eyeshadows on my fingers. You can see how stunning these are. They are absolutely beautiful eyeshadows. I'm so impressed with these. So again, we have Unexpected, Limelight, and then lastly 365. And there you have those 3 eyeshadows. Then we have the next 3 right here, which we have Hey Papi, we have Peachy Keen, and then lastly we have Prismatic. And I am actually wearing Prismatic on my eyes today. It is the shimmer shade that I'm wearing. And then I'm wearing also Peachy Keen in my inner corners. And again, there you have the eyeshadows. We have Hey Papi, we have Peachy Keen, and then lastly Prismatic. And there you have those swatches as well. So like I said, here are the JD Glow eyeshadows. They are so special and shiny. Hopefully you can see that right there. I really love these. And like I said, I'm wearing the bottom 2 right here on my eyes today. This is the main shade I have on my lid, and then up here we have the one I'm using in my inner corners. So that is what I have on my eyes. So with the JD Glow shadows, I really love them. They are very special, and there was a couple more shades that I wanted to pick up. There was, for example, what's the other one? The like purpley one, I always forget the name. Oh, Good God I think it's called, and like a handful others, but I didn't want to overwhelm myself and pick up too many, so I decided to start with these, and I'm so happy with all of the colors that I picked up. So because I have so many eyeshadows to go through, I'm just going to go ahead and swatch the other ones in here, which are all of the Sydney Grace shadows that I picked up myself. I do have a few palette stuff to get through as well, but I'm going to start with the singles, and we're going to start with the top row right here. So I'm going to start with the top 4 right here. We have Snow Queen, Tiara, we have Moon Landing, and Speedway. And again, we have them all on my fingers. Again, Snow Queen, Tiara, Moon Landing, and Speedway. So here you have the first swatches. I really love all of these. They are beautiful kind of cool tones, which is something that I feel like I was lacking in my collection, so I'm excited to have these. And then next up we have the remaining 4 on the top row. We have Ivy League, Moss, Officer, and then Thunderbird. And again, we have them in the order that I mentioned here on my fingers. So there you have the next round of swatches. The only one that swatches a bit poorly that I found when I swatched it myself as well is the shade Officer right here. It's not the most kind of pigmented when it comes to, it's a little bit kind of patchy, but as long as you build it up, it does perform really well. And I'm excited to try it on my eyes to see if it's still patchy. But like I said, that's kind of the only one I had that issue with. So there you have the first row of eyeshadows. So we're going to move in to the second row right here now. I'm going to start again with the first four. So we start by we're having Perfect Storm, this is Oasis, this one here is Nightfall, and then we have hashtag It's a Boy. And again, we have them in order right there. And there you have the first four swatches on the second row. These are kind of the more blue tone one, and another thing that I really needed to extend in my collection because I don't really have too many blue eyeshadow singles. So let's move on to the second half of the second row right here, which is more kind of the purple tone. And we have, first we have Regal, then we have Haven, we have Predictable, and then we have Unpredictable at the end. And again, we have those four eyeshadows right there on my fingers. And there you have the last four, not the prettiest swatches, but there you have the second row of eyeshadows. And by the way, if you're looking for a specific color, I will have the list of all eyeshadows down below, so you can see like the second one or like whatever on this list, so you can just know which one is which. So we have come to the third row, and we have like the green or like the yellowy green starting from here, and we have the shade Lemon Cream, we have Seafoam, then we have the shade Meadow, and lastly Green Anjou, I think is how it's pronounced, is A-N-G-O-U. And today I'm actually wearing some of these greens on my eyes. So I'm wearing Green Anjou in my crease, and then I'm blending it out with Lemon Cream. And I'm also wearing this shade here, which I'm going to get to in a second, which is Evergreen, on my outer corner, mixed with another one that's in the second palette, so I will show that later. But I'm wearing those right now. And there you have those first swatches on my fingers. So we have the first swatch here, which is Banana Cream. Then we have Seafoam, I think it was. We have Meadow. And then lastly, Green Anjou. So these aren't the best swatches because my hand was still a bit damp from my makeup wipe, but you can get an idea of the color at least. The first two are not showing up too much. I did get a little bit of orange in that second swatch as well from the color that's beneath it, but yeah, these are very subtle, but they're really nice to use as blending out shades. And that's what I did today, for example, with Lemon Cream. So I feel like they are used for my collection, but these really not very nice to swatch. But there are the first green shades. So the next up, we have the next four right here. We have the shade Evergreen, like I said, and we have Scuba Diver, Dive, and then lastly French Hens. And there we have those shades on my hand. They are again mainly blues and kind of greeny, and then we have that kind of orange shade on the end. And there we have those. They definitely show up better because my hand weren't wet anymore from the makeup wipe. But yeah, you have the next set of swatches right there. And then we come to the last two shades that I actually picked up myself, apart from one of the palettes. But that is the shade Harvest as well as Fairy Tale. And there you have those two on my fingers. Again, not the prettiest swatches, but at least there you have those last two shades swatched out on my hand. So that is the first set of swatches. I really enjoy these shades. Some of them do kind of swatch a little bit powdery or almost like skippy, but I think also that's partly because I just keep rubbing off with a makeup wipe, because when I swatched them before, like briefly when I first got them, most of them performed pretty well. Also, like today when I used the first ones on my eyes, they perform super well. You can see them in my crease on my corner. All of the matte shades that I'm wearing on my eyes today are from Sydney Grace. So yeah, I'm really happy with them so far. And again, this is everything that I picked up myself. And I did place my first order on the second day of the promotion. And that day, if you placed an order over a certain amount, you got a certain amount of free product. And I did place an order, I think it was like £115, oh sorry, dollars, I believe, and you did get $120 worth of free product I believe. So I got a lot of free eyeshadows, and the ones that I got are in here. So you can see them all right here, and they're actually really stunning shades, and a lot of them are kind of in the same realm of what I picked up myself. There are a couple of shades in here that I probably won't use very much, but I probably might, like I might hand those over to friends or something like that. But yeah, here you have the second round of eyeshadows, which I'm going to start swatching now. So we have all of the shades right here. I'm going to do the same thing and go like 4 by 4. So the first shade we have here is Queen of the North, and then we have Laughter, Versailles, and then Golden Wheat. And there you have the first couple of swatches on my fingers. Honestly, these 4 as well would make a beautiful quad. I'm really happy, and I feel like I said the colors they sent over go really well together, and I feel like you can create a lot of looks simply with this color, but they are still kind of in the theme of what I ordered myself. There are a lot more shimmers here though, because I didn't pick up very many shimmers, and I feel like it's a more of a half ratio here, if not even more shimmers, but I don't mind that because I was excited to try some of their shimmers too. I just have always been more interested in their mattes, so I always had more of their mattes on my wish list. So let's move on to the second half of the top row. We have the first color here, which is Mum Ride, and that's actually a shade that was on my wish list anyway. And then we have the shade Golden Rose, Golden Strawberry, and lastly Footprints. And I think it was Golden Strawberry. One of these two was also on my wish list, so I'm happy to have received that as well. And there you have those eyeshadows on my fingers, and you can see some of these shimmers here. They are super reflective, and I'm excited to play around with these. And there you have the second half of the first row. Honestly, in general, I'm very happy with these shadows. I feel like all of these are shadows that I would pick up myself, and I would definitely use all of these. These two browns are kind of similar. This one is a bit more cool tone, this one is a bit more warm tone. But other than that, I'm very happy with all of these shades, and especially like the first, like I said, 4 are beautiful. This shimmer here is absolutely stunning, and the shimmers is the first thing, or only thing I guess that I haven't tried from Sydney Grace yet, or from my order. So I'm gonna be excited to try that, but I really just want to wear one of my Jaded Glow eyeshadows today. But so far I'm really happy with everything. So let's move on to the second row of the palette. We're gonna have a start here. And here are more kind of the grey tones of the palette. So the first shade we have here is Wondrous Night, then we have Legendary, we have Under the Sea, and then lastly Fallen Slender. And there you have those 4 shades on my fingers. The funny thing is this one here, which is Under the Sea, this one is a slightly shifting one. It goes from like a purpley blue to like a green shift with like almost like a greyish base. So there you have the swatches, and I'm not sure if you can pick it up on camera how this one shifts, but it definitely does have a little bit of a shift. So let's move on to the second half of the second row. We're gonna start with this one here, which is Commission. We have Rustic, Shamrock, which is one of my favorites that I got for free, and then this one here is Key Lime. And Key Lime I'm also wearing on my eyes today, just in the very outer corner. And there you have those 4 shades. Again, this is Shamrock, and it's such a stunning kind of flaky shade almost, but like in a good way. It's very glittery, very shimmery, and it's beautiful. I'm very happy that I got the shade. So yeah, those are the next 4. And there you have the next couple of shades. These are kind of the green, cool tone, kind of olive shades. Again, I feel like they go really well with what I received before. Some of these shades again are a bit similar. Like there's like a lot of these kind of army green kind of taupey shades almost. But again, they all have different qualities to them, and I feel like they all kind of serve different purposes. But yeah, that is the next lot of colors. So let's move on to the next row. We're gonna start again in this corner here, and we have Aqua Fever, Storm Cloud, Majestic Breeze, and Moonlight Kingdom. And again, there you have those shades. This one here and this one here are quite similar. They just this one is slightly lighter, but yeah, you can see that some of them are similar, but again, they all have differences, and they are beautiful shades. I feel like they all kind of go with the color stories. Nothing is really like out of place, which I really enjoy with what they sent me. And there you have the first 4 swatches of that row. And then we're going to move on to kind of the purpley shades. We have the shade Pandora, Amethyst, Sweetheart, and then Role Model. And there you have those 4 shades. They all have slight differences. You can see them there, but yeah, all of them are kind of shimmery purples on different degrees. And there you have those final swatches together with the first half of that row. This row is probably the smokiest out of the ones that I've got. These are probably ones that I feel like I will declutter a few of them. Some of them are still absolutely stunning shades, but there are a lot of like these kind of really deep shades here in the middle that I don't use too often, and I have other things that I would probably rather reach for when I do want like a smoky eye. But overall I am very happy with the quality of all of these. And then we have the last lone eyeshadow down here, which is Truth and Beauty. I realize now maybe I should have swatched it just with this row up there, but I'm gonna swatch it by itself. I used to show you it as well, but that is the final shade that I have to show in here. And then we also have the palette to get through. And there you have that eyeshadow on my finger. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. It's again a little bit shifty. It has like that orangey kind of base and then a pink shift, but it's absolutely stunning. And it's again one of the favorite shades that I got with my order. And there you have that eyeshadow. It is absolutely stunning, and I feel like this is a very nice one that I can get use out of on an everyday basis. So those were all of the eyeshadows, like I said, I got for free. There's actually one though that I did not swatch out because I did get one duplicate in the kind of free gift, but that's completely fine by me. I did put on like a note that try not to overlap them, but again, it's okay. I mean, they probably sent out hundreds and hundreds of orders, if not even thousands. So I'm completely fine with one overlap. I'm impressed I didn't get any more, to be honest. But the shade that I got overlapped is Evergreen, which is one of that I picked up by myself. And then yeah, so that's the only one I haven't included in here. And I did just for fun kind of add up how much the free eyeshadows would be, because I think it said $120 value or 125, I can't remember, but I added this up, and like judging from like the regular price where the shimmers cost $6 and the mattes cost $5, this added up to be over 140, so even more than they actually advertised, which is amazing, and it's very, very generous of them, and I'm so pleased to now have received all of these. So like I said, I picked up my singles and one of the orders, and then I placed another order. I think it was on day 3, and I did pick up a palette. The palette that I picked up is of course a Tiny Marvels palette by Sydney Grace in collaboration with Mel Thompson. This is a palette that I've wanted for such a long time, but I never really justified picking it up. But when I was making an order from Sydney Grace anyway, of course I was going to pick this one up as well. It is a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow palette, and I will swatch this in a second. I'm just going to tell you what else I picked up that round. So I did pay for this, and I did also pay for those 2 magnetic palettes in the same order. And again, if you spend over a certain amount of money, you do get a palette for free. And the palette that I got for free is this palette right here, which is the Sweet Indulgence palette. They released this one as well as the Coffee Talk palette. The Coffee Talk palette was like a offer on the Monday that if you spent a certain amount you got the Coffee Talk palette for free. But I kind of wanted to go with this one because it has more kind of pops of colors. I feel like the Coffee Talk palette is beautiful, but I have a lot of neutral shades in my collection already, so I thought this one would kind of suit me better, and I love these kind of mauve tones that are in here. So this one I did get for free with my order. So I think I'm going to do what I did before, and I'm going to start swatching what I paid for myself and then go over to what I got for free afterwards. So we're going to swatch the Tiny Marvels palette first. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. Honestly, at first I didn't really like the packaging when I first saw it, but I think it's really grown on me. I feel like it's quite quirky and like different, which I really enjoy. And the shades in here are absolutely stunning. Again, I have swatched them out and they're beautiful. Especially this one here, it's such a stunning shade. But as we swatch them all out, we're going to start with the top row and then move myself down. So I have the first 4 shadows right here. We're starting with this one here, which the first shade is Web, Tree Hopper, Fire Butts, and then lastly Walking Stick. So that's the first 4 shades right there. Look at that shine, it's such a beautiful shade, I love that one. So those were the first 4 shades. Let's move on to the next one. We have Scarab, Flutterby, BB, and Mantis. And there you have those shades. And again, this one here, which is Scarab, is such a stunning shade. honestly, I mean it is kind of like that blue brown pigment, but it's just such a good version of that, and it's so shiny and reflective. Let's continue with the next shadows. We have Meadowhawk, Lovebug, Jewel Bee, and then Marvel. And there you can see those colors there. They're beautiful kind of springtime colors. I really love all of these again together. And there you have the next 4 shadows swatched out. You're really getting like a overview of the color story now. I have 3 more to swatch, so let's just swatch all of them out and then we can compare the whole color story. So the last 3 are kind of more boring shade, I guess. They're kind of like the deepening up shades, the browns, which are down here. We have Death Moth, we have Boogaboo, and Spider. And there you have those 3 mattes. So swatch this brown, the last one, way too far down, so I just fixed that quickly. But there you have the whole color story. I really love it. I love how there's like a big range of colors. You have like very like neutral kind of shades that you can wear every single day. You have those pop colors that you can still incorporate with the shades that are in the palette. And then you have like some deeper shades if you want to do something more smoky. And I do really enjoy it. And I haven't tried it on my eyes yet, but I can't wait to play around with this. I feel like as well it would be like an all year kind of palette, because you can create those like cool tone kind of smoky looks, but you can also use these kind of pop colors here in the center in the summer. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this palette so far, and I can't wait to play around with it. And then the last palette that I have, like I mentioned, is the Sweet Indulgence palette. This is the one I got for free. And originally I thought that I would depot these shades because all of the palettes that Sundress do are magnetic, similar to like the Colourpop ones. So you can take these out. But I actually quite enjoy the color story, so I might keep it as a palette for a while and then play around with the color story and see if I enjoy it as a standalone palette. And if not, I might depot it at that point. But yeah, this is the palette right here, so I'm just going to start swatching it out. So let's start swatching it out, and we're going to start with the top row right here. We have Sugar Bear, Lolly, and Sweet Tooth. On the second row we have the shade Gumdrop, Taffy, and Bubblegum. And there you have those 3 shades. This one here, which is the purple, is so kind of like flaky, similar to the one that I liked that was green in the kind of gift with purchase I mentioned before, but it's just looks like it's going to be a really stunning shade. And then the last 3 eyeshadows we have is Jelly Bean, Sweet Cakes, and Sherbet. And there you have those final 3 shades. So there you have the whole palette swatched out. I think it's such a unique kind of color story. It's nothing that I would put together. You have like I said, the mauve tones, you have a few deeper shades which I like, and then these kind of pop of shimmers that I really enjoy. I think you can make it quite wearable if you just do like the mauve tones and maybe like this pink on the lid, or like even this purple, or you can go more intense with like one of the brighter shades. But yeah, I'm very kind of impressed with the quality of this. I think the only thing I would change with this palette is maybe these 2 are a bit too similar in tone, the 2 first ones. I would make the top one as maybe a slightly bit lighter than that, just to have a bit more variety. But other than that, I am very happy and like happily surprised with this color story, because I wasn't really sure how well they would all go together when I first looked at the palette like this, but swatching it out, it's absolutely stunning. And that, you guys, was all I picked up from Sydney Grace. Just to kind of summarize what I kind of picked up myself and what I got free with purchase. I did pick up all of the singles in this palette. Sydney Grace up here, obviously Jaded Glow is down here. I did pay for them, nothing like came with that order, it's just everything that I bought. But yeah, I bought all of these singles right here. I bought both of the magnetic palettes, and then I also bought the Sydney Grace Tiny Marble palette right here. So those are the things that I paid for myself and bought. And then what came as a free gift with purchase was all of the eyeshadows in this palette right here. So all of these singles here, which is quite a decent amount to be honest, as well as the Sweet Indulgence palette, which I just swatched out, which is this one right here. So honestly, I'm so happy with everything I got, and if you are looking to try Sydney Grace, I would really recommend trying them out for the first time during their Christmas in July sale, because they do give a lot of free gifts with purchase. And I guess if you do already have a lot of singles, for example, from Sydney Grace, the free gift with eyeshadows might not work for you because you might already have a lot of the shades they have. But as a first time buyer from Sydney Grace, I'm so excited with the shades, and I'm just happy to now have so many eyeshadows from them to play around with and to just try out. And like I said, I probably will go through and do a declutter of some of the shades that I got, just to like kind of hand them on to like a friend or something like that, and just not overwhelm myself with too many eyeshadows. But I think I will actually keep a majority of them. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a break now because I've been filming forever. I'm hoping this video is not gonna be too long because I can edit out some parts, but I probably have been filming for like an hour, if not more, so it's gonna be a lot of footage to edit out. But I really hope you're having a lovely day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.